Welcome back to Lounging with John. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lounge with John. You can also check out our homepage at www.loungingwithjohn.com. That is www.loungingwithjohn.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Loungerz podcast. I'd like to take time to thank all of you for you taking the time to listen to this podcast, and want to remind you that if you're listening to this through YouTube, down in the description, you're going to see a link that will also bring you over to our Spreaker page, where you can follow us on Spreaker, and you can listen to every podcast that we do through Spreaker. It's another platform that is very important to us, and as a matter of fact, we're going to be using it quite a bit. You're going to see a lot of podcasts being channeled through Spreaker up to YouTube, so that we can not only stream on Spreaker at the same time, but we can also put it through to the lounge on YouTube at the same time. Now, I know a lot of you are YouTubers. A lot of you listen to, the podcasts and stuff through the channel, because that's where you found us. That's where you listen. And, I appreciate that. I respect that. But I'd like to ask you that if you can, download the Spreaker podcast app, follow us through Spreaker, and listen to the podcast through Spreaker, because it does make a difference. And believe it or not, it does. And if people do it that way, it actually helps us on all the platforms at the same time. Those of you that have used Spreaker in the past, you'll understand, you'll know what I'm talking about. And for those that you don't, just take my word for it that it does help us out in a really big way. Sunday night went good for the raising awareness for bullying. It's something we do every Sunday night, and we'll continue to do that every Sunday night. Even the nights where it doesn't seem too active, or that too many people show up to, attend the live stream, we'll continue to do that. On this podcast tonight, I would like to talk about Spreaker, what we're doing with Spreaker, and why is it that we're mainstreaming through Spreaker, and then putting it through to YouTube and all that stuff. So I wanted to talk about that a little, just to give you a heads up on kind of where we're heading with that, and, our whole purpose behind using Spreaker. All right. As you all know, on YouTube, there are requirements. You have to, reach a certain standard to be able to, receive any type of monetizing or anything like that, to even get a little bit of credit for all the work that you do. And it's much more challenging on YouTube to get that done. The nice thing, Spreaker does the same thing. They will pay us for doing our podcast. It's not a lot. It's not hundreds or thousands of dollars, but it does help us out. So, with that said, when we do the podcast through Spreaker, and if you listen to it through Spreaker, that is helping us out, because the monetizing on Spreaker is much different. It's a lot different than what it is on YouTube. I don't have to have 5,000 listeners or 5,000 views in a set amount of time. The way Spreaker sees it is, they're getting listeners, they deserve to get that credit. YouTube's a little bit different, and to be honest, there's been a lot going on with YouTube, with the entire thing to do with YouTube, with the monetizing and all that stuff. And there's a lot of YouTubers that's big time YouTubers, not like me. I'm a small guy. I don't got 100,000 subscribers. I don't even got 1,000 subscribers right now. So my opinion's not going to matter as much as it would if it was someone with 100,000. But these big YouTubers are even getting fed up with the way things are going. And, that's all because YouTube changed the way they do things. But I'll always give credit to the little guys, right? Because the little guys is where it started. The ones that are big on YouTube right now, they used to be in the same spot as we are. Doing everything they can to, be noticed and so on. And then they moved up. But where did they start out at? Us little guys, we have to matter, right? And YouTube's changing a lot of things, and people's just getting tired of it. And we're not leaving YouTube, but the way that we do our mainstream and the way that we do things is going to be a little bit different. You're going to see a lot of podcasts coming through Spreaker and pushed up to the Lounge on YouTube. Because I've got to do whatever I can to try to get a little credit for all the work that I do. Some people might not think that it takes much, but it does. Just for this one podcast that I'm doing now, I will have probably at least put in a couple hours for going back and reviewing it, editing it, taking out any, mess ups or whatever, right? Adjusting the sounds and all that stuff, the intros. So, for what I do, I'm thankful that Spreaker is giving us that option to be able to earn a little bit. So, that's why it helps. That's why it's so important that we try to get people to listen to the podcast that way. And not only that, but once you actually download it, even for those of you that's never used it, and even if you download it just to listen to our podcast, I'm really, really grateful for that. But once you download it, you're going to come to notice how convenient it really is, because whenever I publish a podcast, you'll get the notification. There won't be a chance that you won't get it. You will get that notification. You'll get it. It should be that way on YouTube, but it's not. There's times when you guys get no notification at all. The other thing I'm going to talk about is going live. I'm going to start doing some live streaming on Spreaker as well. And we're going to see how that works out. We're going to do a live stream probably tomorrow evening around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So, if you don't want to miss that live stream, download Spreaker. Now, here is the cool part about all this as well. One, you'll get to come up on the live chat just like you would if it was YouTube. But number two, not it just being about live, but if I do a podcast and say I have content that YouTube would say, oh no, they would, the system would automatically think that it's copyright when it's really not or whatever, because that's what happens. A lot of times on YouTube, you put something in there and, the server automatically picks it up and says, oh no, that's copyright or whatever, when it's really not, but it picks it up and then it, keeps you from putting it out there. Here's the cool part. When I have content and I know that YouTube's going to be like, no, you can't do that up here, I'm going to do that live stream or that podcast and I'm going to just turn off publish to YouTube on that specific podcast, right? So then it still gets published. You'll get the notification. You'll still get to listen to it. So it's a win-win situation. And that's what I like about it. Every podcast that I do, I can pick that. I can say, okay, is this going up to YouTube this time or not? Do I have content that YouTube's not going to like or not? Okay, well, this podcast, no, we can't do that on YouTube. Let's take it off. So that's another really cool feature that I really enjoy about Spreaker. The features that Spreaker brings us and the credit that it wants to give us, it's just a win-win situation. So take the time right now, scroll down to the description, click on the link. If you're listening to this on YouTube, let me rephrase that. If you're listening right now on YouTube, go down to the description. You'll see the link that will direct you to our page on Spreaker and listen to it through Spreaker. Okay? If you don't have the app, you can download it. It'll even give you the option probably to download the app once you click on that link. So whether you got iPhone or Android, download the app. Make sure you click on the button to follow us. You'll get all the notifications, all the updates. You won't miss anything. So that is why we're doing it this way. I believe that every podcaster and every YouTuber deserve credit. If they're doing the work and they're, putting their time into it, I'm a believer that they deserve whatever credit they can get for that. Even if it means, they worked hard but only got $2. They deserve that $2. They put the time in to do it. They put the effort to make it good. Just like our channel and stuff on YouTube. I do my best to bring good content. And sometimes it might not be that good, but I still do my best. I still put the work into it. Right? The effort. And that's what, that should count. So, make sure you follow us on Spreaker. Most of all, if you don't have that app, download it. It's easy to use, and you never know. You might even find other podcasts that you might want to follow that you like to listen to, because they have all kinds of stuff. If you're in the business, if you're whatever it might be. And just so people know, there's no credit that I'm getting to tell you to download Spreaker. Okay, there's no affiliate connected to this or anything like that. It's me wanting you to download it, wanting you to listen to our podcast through the app because it helps us. It does. It really does. So if you can do that, I'd really, really appreciate it. I believe, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. I got to do some experimenting, but I'm going to start doing the raising awareness through Spreaker at the same time that I'm doing it through YouTube. I'm going to stream it on both platforms at the same time, and that'll start on Sunday. So make sure, whichever one you're following. Like I said, Spreaker's going to be your best bet. Download Spreaker and see how you like it from that side, and let me know what you think. But that's the way we're going to do it. So you got to be sure to give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Unless you're on Spreaker, follow. Same thing as subscribing, but if you're following on Spreaker, it's the same difference. But either way, we'd really appreciate it. All right. We got some more podcasts coming your way later, so stick around. Don't go nowhere. And we'll talk to you soon. And remember to follow us on Spreaker, subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And we appreciate you. See ya.